And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're still over here at Central. We're still at an injury timeout. It's a pretty severe injury. The injured Lady Crusader is Sophia Ayena. And we're just trying to give, out of respect to Sophia and her family, just some time for the paramedics to take care of her and do the things they need to. Like I said, it was a pretty severe injury, wouldn't you say, John? So,
Yes, it was.
yeah. We'll send our prayers and thoughts and prayers to her family. And an injury like that, I'm pretty sure is a lengthy recovery.
Yeah,
So,
you hate to see that at any level, but especially high school,
yeah. And Sophia, she's a junior. She'll have the opportunity to hopefully come back. You know, let's just hope for the best scenario for the young lady. And as the teams prepare to warm back up, we're going to step away for a few minutes, and we'll be right back after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back. We're coming back from an injury timeout. All I can say is, coming back after a teammate's fallen like that, that's a tough thing to do. Get yourself back in that mental state. Hopefully both teams can do that, and we can finish strong with a strong basketball game. But we're set to go. 7 seconds, 14-13, Lady Leopards in the first quarter. Gonzalez inbounds to Edelman. She's going to dribble. She's going to drive. She loses it, and it's going to go Central ball. 3 seconds, first quarter. Marshall's going to inbound. She's going to give it to McHugh. McHugh gives it back over to Marshall, and that's the end of the first quarter. Lady Leps lead 14-13. We're going to step away for just one moment, and we'll be right back.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
And we're back, Leopard fans. Start of the second quarter, 14-13, Lady Leps. I was doing a little research on the game, John, and I looked at our common opponents. Louisville's beat Massillon, Washington, Coventry, and Western Reserve. And Central, they play Massillon yet, but they've lost to the other two. And it was a little bit hard to judge this game, but it seems like it's been a pretty even battle so far. Heron to shoot. Rolls around the rim and goes good. That's going to make it 16-13. But yeah, it's been a pretty even battle so far. McCune comes across the center line, gives it over to Marshall. Marshall's going to dribble. She gives it over to McCune. McCune over to Belden. Belden's going to dribble. She loses it, gets it back. Dribbles again. Shot. Good. 16-15, 7:24, second quarter. Maddie Dyer brings it up the backcourt. Across the center line. Guarded by McHugh. McHugh. Oh, Dyer passes it. Stolen by McHugh. Gives it off to Marshall. Marshall's going to bring it across the court. Gives it off to number 23. Shot. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded Heron. She's tied up. We're going to have a jump ball. Turner came in for Ayana, number 23. Central to inbound. Marshall's going to inbound. Marshall gives it to Belden. She's going to lose it. Gets it back. Gives it to Marshall. Marshall dribbles. Gives it up to McCune up top. She's going to dribble left. Gives it up to Turner. Turner dribbles. Gives it to Marshall. Marshall back up top to Turner. She's going to dribble, drives, fakes. She's going to shoot. And it's good. 17-16, 6:38 for second quarter. Dyer to bring it across the center line. Gives it up to Loy. Loy's going to dribble. Gives it to Heron. Heron over to Edelman. She's going to drive baseline. Gives it across court to Dyer. Dyer out tired. Top to Barwick for three. Good! 19-17, 6:17. Second quarter. Lady Leps. Trap by the Lady Leps. Turner trying to get out. Stolen by Heron. Heron's going to give it up. Gives it up to Dyer, who takes it to the hoop. And she scores. That makes it 21-17, 5:58. Second quarter. McHugh brings it across the center line. Gives it to Turner at the top of the circle. Loses it. Dyer gets the ball. She's going to push it. Gives it up to Edelman. Edelman gives it over to Barwick. To Dyer at the top of the key. Shot, no good. Rebounded Heron. Heron's going to shoot, no good. And they're going to call a jump ball. Possession stays Louisville. Barwick's going to over to Loy, back out to Dyer, to Edelman. Edelman's going to dribble. She's going to drive down the lane, loses it. And it's going to be picked up by Central. Kicks it over to McHugh. Double team, over to Turner. Turner's going to dribble. She's behind the back, across the center line. And it's off of McHugh. Leopard ball. Nice play, tapping it off the Central player by Kelsey Edelman. Maddie Dyer inbounds to Barwick. She's going to bring it up the backcourt. Barwick crosses the center line. Heron sets a pick. Barwick gives it back to Heron. Shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dolan. Gives it to McHugh. McHugh's going to bring it across the center line. Gives it over to Belden. Belden starts to take off, and she's fouled by Brooke Heron. .442, second quarter, 21-17, Lady Leps. Checking in the game is Taryn Miglich, number 10. Checking out is Kelsey Edelman. Marshall to inbound, into Turner. Turner gives it up to McHugh. McHugh's going to dribble, gives it back over to Turner. Turner's going to give it into Dolan. Dolan over to Marshall for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded to Taryn Miglich. Miglich is going to dribble. Gives it over to Dyer. Dyer's going to bring it up the backcourt. Crosses the center line. Gives it back to Miglich. Miglich is going to pass off to Loy, who drives the baseline. Shot, no good. Rebounded Central. Marshall pushing it up the floor. She's going to bring it back out top to Turner, who's going to drive down the lane. She turns, shoots. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded Miglich. Over to Dyer. Dyer brings it across the center line. Dyer gives it up to Barwick, who fakes. And they're going to get it for traveling. Into the game is number 25, Aubrey Thorne, and Delaney Orwin. Sitting down is Maddie Dyer and Kendall Loy. And we're going to have a timeout, Central. And it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll step away. We'll be right back after this.
When Superintendent Schaefer, the school board, and new head coach Troy Davis asked me to pick up for Dennis Beery and fund the new scoreboard, I thought it was a daunting task. But we did it. The people in Louisville love the Leopards, and that's for Thomas and accidental, we have one thing to say. Band, cheerleaders, football team.
And we're back, folks. Looked like Coach Kudo and Coach Layton were giving a little bit of stern talking to here. He didn't like the way they were playing defense, apparently, or something. Inbounded to Turner. She's going to bring it up the backcourt. Waves everybody off. Brings it across the center line. Heron with some tough defense. Kicks it over to McHugh. McHugh inside to Dolan. She's going to shoot, and she scores. 21-19, 3:32, second quarter. Barwick brings it across the top. Gives it over to Miglich. Miglich back over to Barwick. Barwick's going to dribble. She's going to drive. Kicks it back out to Heron. Over to Thorne. Thorne's going to dribble. Gives it up to Barwick, who's going to drive. Kicks it over to Heron. Takes a shot. Gives it to Miglich. Back out to Heron. Heron gives it over to Barwick. Barwick back over to Heron. She loses it. Gets it back. Dribbles. Gives it back over to Miglich. To Barwick in the corner. Almost stolen to Thorne for three. Good! Aubrey Thorne for three. 24-19, 2:46, second quarter. Turner gives it over to Marshall. Marshall to Belden. She loses it off her foot. Saved by Marshall. Marshall's going to bring it up. Gives it to Belden. And she travels. Into the ball game comes number 5, Maddie Dyer, checking out Courtney Barwick. Also sitting down is, I didn't get the girl's number. Dyer brings it across the timeline, gives it over to Heron. Heron cross court to Aubrey Thorne, shoots. It's good. That makes it 26-19, 2:13, second quarter. Lady Leps. McHugh brings it across the center line. Back over to McHugh, back to Marshall. Marshall's gonna dribble, comes to the top, gives it up to McHugh. McHugh's gonna dribble, gives it back to Marshall. Marshall dribbles left, stops, and it's stolen by Miglich. Gives it off to Dyer. Dyer's going to bring it across the center line. She's going to give it off to Aubrey Thorne. Thorne's going to dribble. Gives it off to Heron. Shoots. Good.
Nothing but net.
Yep. 28-19. Lady Leps are starting to roll. 1:31. Marshall's going to drive. She goes to the hoop. She's going to lose it. And it's off of Lady Lep. Checking into the ball game is Kelsey Edelman. Sitting down is Delaney Ora. Marshall's going to inbound. Gives it to McHugh. Nice defense by Maddie Dyer. I'll tell you what, that talk by Coach Kudum and Coach Layton for three. Central, no good. Rebounded. And she traveled. Yep. I'll tell you what, like I started to say, that stern talking to by Coach Kudo and Coach Layton.
It definitely lit a fire under them.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, they're definitely playing a different style of defense since they came out of the timeout. Gonzalez inbounds to Dyer. She's going to bring it up the backcourt. She's going to dribble off across the center line.
Minute left in the second period.
28-19 over to Aubrey Thorne to Gonzalez. She's going to dribble, drives, loses it.
Oh.
Picked up by Belden by Central. Layup, no good. Rebounded Heron, knocked away. And it's going to be Leopard ball. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. 28-19, Lady Leps. Kendall Loy's going to inbound. She must have checked in for Brooke Heron. Comes across the die line as Dyer. Gives it over to Gonzalez to Edelman. She's going to drive baseline. Gives it off to Thorne. Over to Loy. Loy's going to dribble. Gives it to Dyer. Knocked away by Central. And it's going to go out of bounds. Stays Lady Leopard's ball. 24.7 seconds. 28-19. Haley Gonzalez is going to inbound. Inbounds to Dyer. Over to Lloyd. To Edelman at top. Gives it over to Gonzalez, who shoots for three. Good! 31-19, 12 seconds left in the second quarter. McHugh brings it across the timeline, 7 seconds. Over to Marshall, she's gonna drive, knocked away by Gonzalez. To Belden. And that's the end of the first half. Different style of defense after that timeout, John.
Oh, definitely. After that timeout, they were all over the place.
They were flying to the ball, double teaming the whole 9 yards. So that's how we're going to finish the first half, 31-19. We'll be back right after this. Hello, Leopard fans, and we're back. It's halftime. We got about 3 minutes left in the remaining in the halftime. It's 31-19, and I'm going to send it over to my man John Taggart to give us the stats.
All right, for the scoring leader for Central, it's Belden with 8. Also, Turner with 4, Dolan with 4, and Marshall with 3. For Louisville, you have Barwick has 7, hitting 2 big threes in the first half, and Heron with 6, also playing great defense the first half.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It seemed like Louisville was kind of playing a little bit of a passive defense early on, almost like they were in a little bit of a lull. And then Coach Kudo called a timeout, and him and Coach Layton kind of laid down the law and said, hey, we're going to play defense now. And they did. They came out in a whole different manner after that point.
Oh, and I feel like when the Lady Leps play hard-nosed defense, the offense comes a lot easier for them. The threes and the transition down the court is a lot easier for them.
Oh, I agree. It opens everything up, kind of gets everybody. It spreads the floor out for sure, because now you have everybody, moving to where they should be, and everything just kind of falls into place. And that's Coach Kudo's mentality from the get-go. Defense makes offense. That's the way he's always kind of.
And great team play.
Oh, absolutely. There's not a selfish person on this team. That's the thing I love about this team, watching them week in and week out. They're not afraid to share with their teammates.
And I'll say, Dyer, Edelman, and Loy are playing fantastic defense and being the leaders out there on the court tonight.
Oh, yeah. Maddie's been chasing the ball all night. It seems like every time there's a ball knocked away, it's one of those three, yeah. And Maddie's been all over it.
And I'll tell you another, Heron really stepped up this year. Only being a sophomore, has played really great on both ends of the court.
Oh, I agree. She's playing well beyond her years at this point. Same with Courtney Barwick. Who would believe she's a freshman?
Oh,
this team has a long future ahead of them.
Yes. Barwick's out there shooting like a senior.
And she's not afraid of it. That's for sure. Well, we're getting ready to start the second half. We got about 40 seconds left, John. It looks like Dyer, Edelman, Barwick, and Heron and Loy are going to start for the Lady Leps. I'm still waiting to see who they have for the Crusaders. Looks like Turner, Belden, McHugh, Marshall, and I think it's Dolan down there, or Nolan. Sorry, I keep saying her name wrong. It's Dolan.
Yep.
Hannah Dolan. Yeah, that's who it is. So 3, 2, 1, and we're set for the second half. Hopefully we can just continue what we were doing in the first half and keep on rolling. It's going to be Central to inbound. Marshall's going to inbound. It's center court. Gives it off to McHugh. McHugh gives it over to Turner. Turner's going to dribble. She's going to fake. Gives it off to Belden. Belden looks. Gives it back to Turner. She's going to drive. She's cut off. Nice defense again. Back to Marshall. Marshall's going to dribble. Into Dolan, back outside to McHugh. McHugh's double teamed inside. Into Turner, shoots off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Edelman. Edelman's going to push the action, cross center line, over to Barwick in the corner. Back to Maddie Dyer. Inside to Kendall Loy. Over to Barwick for 3. No good, off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Marshall for Central. Central tries to split it. Off to Turner. Turner's going to push across center court. Back to Turner. Turner's going to dribble. And they're going to call Maddie Dyer for a block.
They really adjusted in the second half, trying to keep Turner from getting into the paint because that's where her sweet spot is.
Oh, yeah. And same with Belden. They're trying to drive the center down the center and take that ball to the hole, and they're cutting it off. They're closing that thing right off. That's going to be Marshall for three, and it's good. 31-22. Lady Leps. 6:52. Third quarter. Off to Dyer into Edelman. Edelman looks. She's going to dribble, gives it out to Dyer. Dyer's going to drive the lane. She's taking it to the hoop. No good. Rebounded. McHugh. Oh, nice defense. Off of Dyer. Central ball. Into Turner. Turner pushes it across court. Oh, nice takeaway by Loy. Gives it off to Dyer. Oh, and she loses it out of bounds. I'll tell you what, nice play by Kendall Loy there.
Always a defensive star.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a workhorse there. Belden's gonna dribble. She goes down the lane, shoots. No good, air ball. Rebounded by Edelman. Off to Dyer. Dyer brings it out top to Heron, over to Barwick. She's gonna drive. Shot. And it's good. That makes it 33-22, 6:02. Third quarter. Marshall gives it back over to Turner. Oh, down low, back door. No good, rebounded. Central. Actually, it's out of bounds. Goes to Louisville. She must have dribbled off the baseline. Loy into Barwick. Barwick brings it up the backcourt. Coming across center line. Gives it off to Loy. Loy's going to dribble. Pressure by Turner. Gives it off to Edelman. Over to Barwick, who's going to drive. Pulls up. It's good. 35-22, 5:31. Third quarter. McHugh brings it across center court. Gives it off to Turner. She's going to dribble. She's going to drive. And they're going to call Kendall Loy for a foul. That's going to be Kendall's second foul.
Yep. Can't let Turner get that close to the rim.
No. And Coach Kudo doesn't like what he sees. He wants to have a talk. So we'll be right back after this. And we're back, Leopard fans. Turner's going to shoot. 35-22, 5:22, third quarter. First one's up, and it's good. 35-24. Or 23, sorry. I got ahead of myself. Hopefully we stay at 23. Second one's good. So I was right. 35-24, 5:22, third quarter. You'll have to forgive us a little bit, folks. It's really hard to see where we're at in the press box. There's a big, giant pillar. Edelman takes it to the hole, and she's fouled. She will shoot two. But, yeah, there's a big, giant pillar right in the middle of the press box. And so you can't really see the scoreboard. We have to kind of lean up. Edelman for the first one. It's good. 36-24. Third quarter, 5:08. Second one for Kelsey is good. That's going to make it 37-24. Lady Leps are going to press. They're going to double team. Marshall tries to bring it up court. And they're gonna call Dyer for a foul. Set the check in is Miglich for Dyer. That's Maddie's third foul.
And sometimes that's the price for being super aggressive on defense. You get a couple fouls.
Yeah. I'll take it though.
Yep.
Give me that tenacity all the time. Cross court. Oh, stolen by Barwick. She's going to take it, and it's knocked away by Central. Stays Leopard ball. 4:48, third quarter, 37-24.
Freshman playing like a senior out there.
Yeah. Into Barwick. Barwick over to Miglich. Miglich is going to dribble left, gives it off to Barwick. Into Heron. Fakes. Kicks it over to Miglich. Miglich is going to drive baseline. Shot. No good. And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession stays with Louisville. Heron inbound. Gives it off to Loy. And it's going to be a foul on Marshall for Central. You know, it's interesting, the teachings of Coach Kudo. He doesn't miss anything.
Oh, he has eyes all over the court.
Oh, yeah. Edelman's going to save it. Shoots for three. No good. Rebound by Loy. We've got a jump ball. Possession Central. No, it's crazy how much, not just basketball that he teaches them, but you and I both know doing interviews, he even practices interviewing them. That way they're prepared when guys like us come around wanting to interview them. Inside to Marshall, kicks it back out over to Turner. She's going to spin, drive, shoots, no good. Oh, and we're going to have a jump ball. Belden kind of just stepped in right as Heron spun and grabbed and held on. Heron's going to inbound. Gives it off to Barwick. Barwick's going to bring it up the right side. Fakes. Brings it into center. Over to Heron. Heron's going to dribble. She's going to drive. Shoots from the top of... Rebounded.
Oh.
Central, but she kicks it. It goes out of bounds. Leopard ball. Into the ball game comes number 25, Aubrey Thorne. Sitting down is number 22, Kelsey Edelman. Inbound to Barwick. Shoots for three. Front of the rim, no good. It's getting a little physical. McHugh comes across. Goes across timeline, gives it up to Marshall. She's going to drive. And we're going to have a foul on number 25, I believe, Aubrey Thorne. Oh, they called it on Barwick. First one's good. 37-25. Yeah, I didn't think Barwick was even that close to the play to get the call for the foul. I think that was an eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, she was in the area.
Second one is good, 37-26. Loy inbounds to Barwick. Barwick's going to dribble. Goes right, goes left. Brings it across center line to Heron. Heron fakes. She's going to dribble. She's going to drive. Brings it back out over to Aubrey Thorne. Thorne to corner. Oh, and Barwick throws it away. Ball goes to Central. Shout out to our guys, John Aljancic and Mac Aljancic. John being at a tournament game tonight with the freshman team. And Mac having conferences. So we had to pick up the slack tonight. Hopefully we're doing pretty good for y'all. 3:13, third quarter. 37-26. Central to inbound. Marshall gives it off to McHugh. Into the ball game, number 20, Delaney Oren. Sitting down is number 23, Kendall Loy. Cross court. Goes to number 30, Josephia Stevens. I'm just going to say Stevens from now on because I cannot say that first name to save my life. Marshall to inbound. Clear cross court to Turner. Guarded by Thorne. Pulls up. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Belden. Off her foot. Actually, it must have been off a leopard. That's the difference between their eyes and my eyes, John.
Yeah, they're a little bit closer to the action.
Yeah. We're still trying to see around the pole. Turner dribbles. Kicks it over to Belden. She's going to drive. Kicks it back out to McHugh for three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Stevens. Steven gives it to McHugh. McHugh's going to drive. Baseline. Back out to Turner. Turner fakes. Fakes again. Drives. Kicks it out to Marshall. Marshall, ooh, she almost traveled. Gives it up to Stevens. Back to McHugh. There we close back up the middle again. They keep trying to drive that, drive the lane. Stevens, she's going to airball. Delaney Oren rebounds over to Miglage, up to Heron. She's pushing the action. Gives it up to Aubrey Thorne, back out to Barwick. Over to Miglage. Pulls up for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Orwin. Kicks it back out to Miglage. Over to Barwick, who's going to drive. Gives it in to Heron. Up. And we're going to have a jump ball. Into the ball game, number 22, Kelsey Edelman. As Delaney Orwin sits down. .145, third quarter. McHugh brings it across the timeline. Gives it up to Turner. Turner's going to fake. She's going to drive. Gives it off to Dolan, who throws it away. Ball's going to be Lady Leopard ball. Heron inbound. Gives it to Barwick. Over to Edelman. Edelman gives it back to Thorne. She's going to dribble. She drives. Gives it off to Miglage. She's going to drive baseline. Shoots. No good. Rebounded Edelman. And it's good. 39-26. 111. Third quarter. That's Kelsey's fourth point. Over to Marshall. Over to Turner. She's going to dribble left. Gives it off to Belden, who drives in the lane again. And she loses it out of bounds. Off Louisville. Goes to Central. Coming into the game is Haley Gonzalez, number 1. Sitting down is number 24, Brooke Heron.
It seems like Central really is shying away from taking the jump shot.
No, they're not. They're just driving that lane relentlessly. Miglage up to Thorne. She pulls it back out, gives it to Barwick. Barwick to Edelman. Edelman's going to dribble, gives it off to Miglage. She looks, pulls up, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Barwick. And she has it knocked out of bounds. Ball stays Louisville. Checking back into the game is number 30, Stevens. Checking out is Belden. 34.6 seconds, third quarter. Gonzalez out to Miglage, over to Edelman. Edelman's going to dribble. She's going to kick it over to Miglage. Back over to Barwick. Barwick's going to drive. Kicks it over to Thorne for three. Good! 42-26. 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Another big three by Thorne.
I know. She's hit a couple of them. Oh, stolen by
Nice
Miglage.
defense.
Over to Barwick. She takes it to the hole, and it's good. 44-26, 6 seconds left in the third quarter.
3, 2, 1.
Turner shoots. No good. And that's how we're going to end the third quarter. 44-26. Lady Leps. All right, we're back, Leopard fans. Start of the fourth quarter, 44-26, Lady Leps. Starting the fourth quarter for the Lady Leps is Kendall Loy, Brooke Herron, Maddie Dyer, Kelsey Edelman, and Courtney Barwick. Stevens, McHugh, Turner, Marshall, and Dolan for the Central. And Central wants timeout. Coach didn't see what he liked. So we'll be back right after this. And we're back. Central to inbound, 7:51, fourth quarter, 44-26. The Q brings it across the center line. Into Turner, back out to Belden. Over to Marshall. Marshall kicks it into Dolan. Dolan's going to shoot. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded Kendall Loy. Going to give it off to Dyer. She's going to keep it. Thought she was going to pass it over to Dyer for a second. Back. Now she does. Over to Barwick for three. Off the rim. No good. Pushed up the floor by Belden. And they're going to wave it off. It's a charge. There's Maddie Dyer again, John.
Just terrific defense there.
That was a really nice play by Maddie.
A veteran play right there.
Right. Got set and let her run her over. Basically. Inbound Barwick to Dyer, back to Barwick. No, she did. She moved into place, got her feet set. Edelman dribbles. She's going to drive down the lane, kicks it over to Dyer for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Belden for Central to Turner. She tries to throw it off Loy, misses, goes between her legs to Marshall. Marshall pushes it, kicks it over to Turner. She drives down the lane, and she's fouled. That foul's going to be called on Brooke Herron.
Yep, she didn't set her feet there.
Nope. I think Brooke got a little bit of the wind knocked out of her, too. When
yep.
6:34, fourth quarter. Turner with the first shot. It's good. Into the ball game for Central is Stevens. And into the ball game for Louisville is Thorne. Second shot. Good. 44-28. Lady Leps. Barwick's going to throw it all the way down court.
Oh.
Just a little bit long for Edelman. Central's ball. McHugh's going to bring it across the center line. She gives it off to Belden. Belden's going to drive, kicks it over to Marshall. Marshall's going to dribble, gives it back over to Turner. Turner's going to drive, gives it off to McHugh at the top of the circle. Over to Stevens. She dribbles, gives it back to McHugh for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded, Aubrey Thorne. Gives it off to Dyer. Pushes up the floor to Loy. Cross court to Edelman, underneath the hoop, loses it. Belden pushing it back the other way. And she's good. 44-30, 5:51. We have a sprint. Edelman down the other end. She scores 46-30, 5:44. Fourth quarter. Q brings it across the center line. Marshall's, I think she was resting there for a minute. To McHugh for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Turner, who drives the hole. No good.
A little too much.
Yeah. Thorne brings it up the center court. Over to Barwick. To Loy. Off the rim, no good. And we're going to have a jump ball. Stays Louisville ball. And we're going to have a timeout. Coach Kudo and Coach Layton, and they didn't like what was going on the defensive end again, so they're going to call timeout. And we'll be right back. And we're back, Leopard fans. Shot, no good. They call a foul on Lady Leps. Central's ball. Nice of the Louisville band to join us tonight, John.
It's always not a bad idea to bring a piece of home with you on the way.
Amen. We're going to shoot. Marshall to shoot for Central. 46-30, 5:10, fourth quarter. Marshall's shot. It's good.
Gets the lucky bounce.
Yep, she'll shoot this second one. Second one.
Again.
Another roll around the rim. Edelman into Miglich. Miglich brings it across the center line, gives it up to Heron. Heron's going to dribble. Gives it over to Edelman. Edelman dribbles. Kicks it into Oren. Gives it up to Heron, who drives. Takes it to the hole. No good. Brought back out by Thorne. Out to the top to Edelman. No good. Rebounded by Oren, and she's fouled. Delaney Oren will shoot two. First one's good. Tell you what, I'm looking at the scoreboard over here. And they're behind the times as far as our who's in the game, who's not, as I peek around our giant pillar here. Second one's good. That is Delaney Oren's second bucket, or second point, I should say. Marshall over to Stevens. Stevens back to Marshall. Over to Turner. Turner's going to dribble. Fakes. Gives it back over to Marshall for three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Courtney Barwick, who kicks it up to Edelman. Edelman gives it up to Heron, who takes it to the hoop. Shoots. She scores. That gives the Lady Leopards 50. 50-32, 4:14 left in the ball game. Over to Marshall. Over to Belden, back to Marshall. Oh, knocked away by Courtney Barwick. There's that defense again. I'll tell you what, after the loss the other night to Northwest, who was a really good team, it's nice to see the Lady Leps rebounding back the way they are tonight. Drive by Belden. Oh, they're going to call her for traveling on that one. She took the Metro there. Barwick inbound to Dyer. Barwick's going to bring it across the timeline. She's going to dribble. She's going to drive. Kicks it over to Edelman. Edelman inside to Heron. Heron back over to Edelman. She's going to drive. She scoops. No good. Rebounded. And they're going to call a foul on Kelsey Edelman. I believe that's Kelsey's second. Central's in the 1-on-1. First one's good. It's going to make it 50-33. Second one's good. No, it rimmed out. Wow. Went down all the way in and popped back out. Stays 50-33. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Turner. She literally ran over Dyer. Heron to inbound. Gives it off to Dyer. Dyer's going to dribble. Gives it down to Barwick. Barwick's going to drive. She's going to shoot. It's good. 52-33. That gives Barwick 16. Over to McHugh. McHugh's going to dribble. She brings it back out top. Over to Turner. Turner's going to dribble. She stops her dribble, gives it up to Stevens for three. Off the back rim. Belden rebounds, and she's fouled. 2:49, fourth quarter. Lady Leps, 52-33. Turner will shoot two. Ooh, it's an air ball. 52-33, ladies and gentlemen. Lady Leopards lead, 2:49. Heron inbounds to Barwick, guarded by Stevens. She's going to bring it across center line. Kicks it over to Edelman, guarded by Turner. Over to Dyer. Dyer looks back to Edelman. She's going to dribble. Kicks it out to Heron. Heron's going to fake. Over to Barwick. Barwick dribbles. Gives it back to Heron. Back over to Dyer. Dyer dribbles left. Gives it to Heron. Almost stolen by Marshall. Heron's going to dribble. Backs it out. Gives it off to Edelman. Edelman dribbles, loses it, gets it back. Over to Dyer. Dyer's going to kick it into Delaney Orwin to Heron. And it's good. Nice unselfish pass. 54-33. And Central's going to take a timeout. That's Brooke Heron's 10th point. And we'll be right back after this. And we're back, Lady Leopard fans. 54-33, 157. We got some mass substitutions here. Into the game for the Lady Leps is number 1, Haley Gonzalez. Number 10, Taryn Miglich. 25, Aubrey Thorne. Number 3, Anna Ramsey. And number 30, Olivia Maley. And Turner goes to the hole, and she's fouled. She'll shoot 2 for Central. 1:43, fourth quarter. First one's good. 54-34. Second one's good. Miglich gonna bring it up the backcourt. Brings it across timeline into Gonzalez. Gonzalez gives it up. She's gonna keep it. She gives it up to, oh, she loses it. Stolen back by Gonzalez. Nice play. Gives it up to Ramsey. Ramsey's going to dribble, gives it back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez brings across center line. Gonzalez takes it to the hoop. And she's fouled. I believe they called the foul on Turner for Central. Haley will shoot. First one's good. 55-35, 111, fourth quarter. We've got some more substitutions to come in. Coming in for Thorne is number 44, Haley Weaver. Also coming into the game is number 33, Brooke Hubbard. And into the ball game, number 21, Lisa Popa. So we've officially emptied the bench now. 56-35, 107, fourth quarter. Turner to shoot. It's good. 56-37. Hubbard into Popa. Popa's going to bring it across the center line. She's going to dribble, loses it, and it's Central ball. She just got a little high on her dribble. She saw the lane and wanted to take it. And it, sometimes you get anxious.
Get a little too ahead of yourself there.
Yeah. Turner to drive. She's going to shoot. Rebounded Weaver. Going to push it up to Popa. Popa's going to dribble. She pulls it back out. Goes down the left side. Drives the baseline. Gives it off to Ramsey. It's good. 58-37, 26 seconds left to go. That's going to be Ramsey's first bucket. 19 seconds. And 58-40, 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ramsey to inbound. Gives it to Popa. She's going to bring it up the backcourt. Spins. Brings it across center court. Nice pick by Weaver. Back out top to oh, it's stolen by Belden. And that's going to be your ball game. 50-40. Lady Leps with the victory. We're going to step aside, get the stats, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. And we're back, Leopard fans. The final here at Central was 58-40. Pretty balanced scoring by the Leopards. Just kind of running down the line here. Courtney Barwith with 16. Brooke Heron with 10. Aubrey Thorne with 8. Kelsey Edelman with 6. Haley Gonzalez with 5. Kendall Loy with 3. Delaney Oren with 2. Maddie Dyer with 2. And Anna Ramsey with 2. Like I said, it was pretty balanced across the board. The Lady Leps really shared the ball tonight. It was quite a game by the Lady Leps. Nice set up and prep for the tournament game on Sunday. In case you all don't know, they did push the Lady Leps playoff game to Sunday. I don't have a time yet, but I'm pretty excited the way the Lady Leps have played the last several games. I think that they're ready.
Oh yeah, very defensive team. Always looking for steals, always looking for rebounds, and really just pushing up and down the court.
Oh yeah, and it's funny how the minute the coach senses that they've kind of gotten lackadaisical on the defensive end, it's timeout. Y'all need to step it up, and they send it into a whole nother gear.
Yep, he has no problem with letting them know, and
No, and on the other side of it, they see it, they hear it, and they go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, some teams can have all the talent in the world and have a coach that sees it, but if they don't hear it and follow up with what coach is telling them, it doesn't matter. So I'm excited to see how things play out as we start into tournament season. But our final here from tonight here at Central Catholic, it's the Lady Leps 58, Central 40. Great game, Lady Leps. Go Leps!